How you doing, guys? Gonna make a little TC tutorial for those that are interested, because I've made about 10 now. It's all trial and error, what I know, so there might be better ways of doing it, and if there are, then any know them, tell me. But I've kind of got a workflow that works, and I figured I might as well make a video on it so other people could see how to make them. I don't usually make videos, so bear with me. The layer that I've got, I've basically duplicated one of our SAS layers, which is skirmish AS layer for SWC mod. So I've already got stuff on the map, and I'm just going to delete the AAS stuff and then make the TC stuff. So I won't be worrying about spawns because they're already there. It'll just be how to put the hexes down and how to organise all that. So the first thing I'll do is I'll delete all the AAS stuff that I don't want. I want to keep the main bases because that's where the resources come in to, supply lodges and stuff. So I need to keep them. So I'll just delete all the flags in between. And I've been dragging the mains into the spawn folders just so I can find them nice and easy. I don't need that. I don't need the AAS graph anymore. Check that's the right teams all set up the way I want them. And the next thing I'll probably just check world settings and make sure everything's right. So choosing the factions, I'm going to do a GB versus INS layer, and I've already got them, but this is I just want to make. That's the R stands for Redux, which is not quite working until the other boys set it up, so I'm just going to change them to the vanilla layers, vanilla faction, sorry. Change my tickets, I think I want 300 for each team. Change the game mode to TC. All those overrides will just come into place. Don't even touch any of that. Change the title. So it's going to be TC, and we're also changing the name of the mod, so SPM. That's everything I need to do in world settings. Alright, so the next thing is our AAS graph. Sorry, TC graph. So I kind of got a basic idea of what I want to do with Koken, but there'll still be a little bit of fiddling around with it. The thing with Koken is there's a lot of little islands and then a lot of fields, so I'm kind of thinking I want to do big hexes. So I don't really want, the thing I'm going to try and avoid is small hexes that are just a field, because that's going to be pretty bland to play with. So I'll probably make it nice big hexes, which I have a theory will make it okay for smaller numbers because it'll concentrate the fighting and you'll have freedom of movement inside those hexes. So basically kind of making it like just big joined AAS flags instead of like a really lots of small hexes for TC. Just trying to find whether it works or not, no idea, wait till it gets played. But yeah, so anyway, dragging the hex graph in, and the first thing I want to do is drag the hex extent and get my box basically where I want it to be. I found you can't rotate this at all or it messes up the UI in the map. So you get the box where you want it, and then you move your splines roughly where you want them. So yeah, I guess with this I kind of want to use Grandel, the Nest, I want to use Tempest, I want to use District, I want to use Market Ruins. So I'll probably start up here, drag that down there. I'll drag my spline points to start here and over at the other main, and then I'll add some spline points so that I can manipulate it around a bit. You gotta be careful. You can't do big aggressive curves in the spline or it'll cut hexes out. But we've just got to get the basic idea, and then we'll generate our hexes and see what it gives us, and then just sort of play with it until we're happy. I know that hex size is probably going to be too big, so I'll start with 100. I don't really care about this. I've been changing the capture time to 20, but that's not really relevant to most people. I'm just experimenting with it. And then create our hexes. So you can see it's made them. These one in particular I want a lot wider, and I probably do want those to be bigger. So I'll put that back up to 250. And this is where you choose the width. So all of these are the spline points. If you want to know which one's which, you go into it and you see that the one I've got selected is 2. That one is 3, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So I definitely want 1 to be wider and have more hexes going around, so I'll change that. I'll try 3000. Probably try 3000 on 2 as well. Create the hexes again. That's better. Still want bigger hexes. There's some pretty big hexes actually. And you can see that this one's chucked out here, which is probably not really what I want, so I'll move that spline up. Straighten that spline so I can maybe fill that hex up. Just play with the box a bit. Basically from now on, just playing with these two settings until we're happy with what we want. I've never actually made some hexes this big, so bit of trial and error. So I'm kind of getting what I want. I don't want to use the whole map. I don't really see the point of that. And I don't want this because that's just frustrating. Like, these hexes become pointless. So it's just a matter of moving that spline around, changing the max distance until you get it. It's never exactly what you want. Pain in the ass. Quite frankly. That's getting there, apart from that hex, which is a bit pointless. There we go. That's more what I want. This one's probably a bit too close to the main, so it's that one. Move that over. Actually, I'll leave that there and I'll move the whole graph over a bit. And I can move that down. There we go. That's more what I want. The other thing, of course, is lining hexes up with compounds. I've been trying to do that if I can. Like, so if I move it up a bit, now Grandel's a whole hex, which is nice. Tempest isn't. Tempest would probably be good to be as a whole hex. I might move it over a bit. Yeah, it's kind of, again, it's never exactly what we want, but and I also want district in place, so there we go, that's better. Tempest is a hex. Market. I don't think I'm going to get exactly. Oh, might be able to move it up a little bit. Okay, so now market's basically a hex. Tempest is a hex. I don't think I've got any fields that are a hex by themselves, which is what I wanted. District's basically a whole hex. Stone bends split up, but it's not really that important. Same as Grendel. I care more about the middle ones than the end ones. That one's probably still a little bit close to main. I can try and move that up a bit. That's better. Sure, as good as I'm gonna get it. First stand, it'd be nice to have first stand as a hex. There we go. Village, we could have a village as a hex, but it's kind of just going to put it off and it's not really worth it. And it's still going to be a valid fob spot for Tempest and stuff, so whatever. I think that'll probably do. So now that I've got my hexes in the right size and where I want them, it's about getting the starting hexes where I want them and getting like what starts pre-capped and what's not. The other thing you can do is you can flip the teams if you need to, depending on where you did it. Like, it depends on the spline and which way you did it, but I don't really care. Just flip the hexes, refresh the zones, and until you get what you want. And also choose starting zone. So this is where the shield hexes are going to be. So you never have just one where you can have more than one in the array, and that'll have like a random chance of being any of these. I think for Britain I'll have it first stand all the time. So I'll just pick that actor. For insurgents, probably the same deal. Just have that hex there. I could make that one on as well, but then well, we'll just do it like that. Win percentage 80. That'll be fine. We'll just see what 8.8 is. Maybe I'll chuck it up to 9. Yeah, that's better. That's more what I want. Yep. That's not too bad. I reckon bump insurgents up a bit. Insurgents. There we go. And then basically, I don't know, this is really up to what you want to do. I've been trying to balance it out, so like this is the middle, it's the same number of hexes. I sometimes give like, you know, if it's INS versus GB, maybe I want to give INS a bit of a head start on the hexes to offset the fact that they're not as good combat wise. And then it also means they can use their techies to rush nice and deep. I might even give him that one as well if I can. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I think that works. That's basically all there is to it. So I've got my starting zones, I've got everything how I want it. You can change the bleed, I haven't bothered yet, but it's possible. The only thing I note is that there are these, which you can change a hex independently. The thing I've noticed is they work in the editor, but as soon as you actually go to play it, they don't work properly. Like sometimes they won't be the cap you set, like what you set them to, the team you set them to, or sometimes they like act like they're cut off and you can't. So just, yeah, I don't know why this even exists. Don't touch it. It doesn't work. From what I can tell anyway. If you can change that, but I don't know why you'd want to. That's basically it. new, so I've been having to do this. I don't know if it's gonna crash. It shouldn't do.
Territory control. Take ground and don't give up!
Yeah, that's basically it. That's how to make TCLR. Like, I might play this a bit more. I might decide that I want to put more hexes. And unfortunately that's when it gets really frustrating because you can't just add a hex. You got to play with the graph until you get what you want. But yeah, that's the basics of how to make one. I hope that was useful.